Why is my LCD TV not turning on?
You forgot to plug it back in after unplugging it to reboot it.
Rebooting a smart TV isn't always as hard as rebooting a gaming device.
While you're checking the wall outlet, make sure the power strip the TV is connected to is turned on. Someone may have turned it off to save power.
I think the TV has a power saving mode on it.
Try pushing buttons to turn it on.
I pushed the buttons on the remote several times.
Change the batteries in the remote to make sure it works before you assume the problem is the TV.
It has fresh batteries.
Then make sure nothing is wrong with the sensor on the front of the remote.
If that's dirty enough not to work, I wouldn't be surprised if dirt or spilled soda had shorted other things out on the remote.
I can't help it if someone spilled drinks on the remote or sat on it and broke it.
If it were the latter, it'd be obvious from the cracked thing.
I'm assuming the TV doesn't have an obvious reason it wouldn't work like a cracked screen.
If that were the case, I wouldn't need to ask why it wouldn't turn on but how to take it out to get repaired.
Have you heard any popping noises as it was on, then it flickered black before coming back?
No, why are you asking?
There have been complaints about LCD TVs having capacitors that can't handle the heat or the load. When one hits its limit, it blows and switches from being a compact cylinder to a puffy popcorn shape.
That doesn't sound good.
You may get the TV to reroute power through the remaining capacitors,
and increase the load on them in the meantime.
Which is why when one blows an hour after the TV is running, the next one blows up after 20 minutes, or it even turns on and takes a while to light up, blowing a cap, before it can't turn on at all.
If it were blown capacitors like that, I'd be able to hear sound but not see images.
If you can't get any input to the screen, switch the audio and video input. The last thing you want to do is call for service because you forgot to switch it from DVD player to on-air TV.
If I can hit the home or menu button and see the menu, it would rule that out as the root cause.
If you can at least see the menu, then you know you didn't turn the brightness down too far. Or you can hope you can hit buttons to adjust the brightness.
If something had happened to make the TV think that it should be really dim, I'd also get audio.
You'll get a really dark image when the backlighting is dying. Once that bulb is dead or the board for it has died, you may see faint colors in a dark room or nothing at all.
If it is a board, that's an expensive thing to replace.
At least you now know how to determine if that's the likely repair before you call for someone to wiggle your cables and reset a power strip.